According to Keiron, he was in a relationship with Angelisse. And when they broke up, she told him she was pregnant. But she says it was just a fling and that there were 3 men who could be the father of her baby. She DNA tested one of the other men who was not the father, so Keiron reached out to us for a DNA test of his own. Take a look.
So back in 2018, I started messing with this guy Keiron, and he took it as us being in a relationship, but honestly, it was just like thing. Like whenever I just needed some company, I felt lonely, I would call him so he can come and we'd be growing together. And I ended up getting pregnant. He said that he was gonna be there, and he wasn't. He ended up getting a girlfriend and completely disappeared. It's frustrating, and I'm angry, and it's embarrassing that I have to go on TV just to finally get some answers. My daughter deserves somebody that's consistent, not somebody that just wants to show her off so they can look cool and post pictures. When I try to give him the opportunity to be there, he has constantly had different women around her. Every single month he has a new girlfriend, and then he'll bring my baby back smelling like cigarettes, and he hasn't bought anything for my baby. He doesn't take care of her. He's constantly calling me a bitch and constantly calling me broke, and it's like he got the audacity to speak on me when he never worked a day in his life. This don't even shower. Like he's just nasty. He's nasty. I feel like if it comes out that Keiron is her father, then he needs a lot of growing up to do, because he's very childish and immature. He's still worrying about partying and drinking and smoking and hanging out, and he needs to get a job. He needs to be on it, because I didn't lay down and make a baby by myself. It shouldn't have to take for all of this for him to be willing to take a test for somebody that he claims that he loves and that he wants to be there for. I shouldn't have to go on TV and do all this extra stuff when he could have complied with the child support. He could have complied with the at-home test. I've given this man almost 2 years of opportunity to be there.
All that stuff that she's talking about is lying. I asked her for a DNA test, and she told me she scheduled an appointment at the child support office. So when I went to the child support office, she had plenty of other people on the list. Like when I went up there, my name wasn't even on the list.
What kind of relationship did you have with Angelisse?
We had a one-night stand, and she told me 9 months later.
So you weren't even in a relationship?
No, sir. No, Steve, I was not in a relationship.
A one-night stand. And, I see you in photos with the little girl. You have a relationship with the little girl?
Yes, sir, and I love her to death.
And you want her to be your daughter?
Yes, sir.
Now, she says you weren't really helping, you weren't involved, even though she told you she was pregnant.
She never even told me. She never told me the baby was born. She told me after this, she felt like this baby was mine. So I feel like she had another person at the hospital when she had that baby. So I don't know what's going on here. Like, I just want to see, I just want to figure out if this is my baby or not.
When was the first time you met the little girl?
I only met her one time.
But she spent, like a couple nights with you, or?
Yeah, she only spent a couple of nights with me, and that's when she kept her away from me. Like, how you gonna say this, you feel like this is my child, and you gonna keep her away from me?
Let's bring Angelisse in now. Angelisse, was Keiron involved in your pregnancy?
No, and everything he said was just a lie. He's just a liar.
Tell him, what is he lying about?
It wasn't a one-night stand. He was trying to be with me, and I was just using him for some whatever he got, which ain't even good. Anyways, I got into a relationship, and that's when I found out I was pregnant. Shut up, because I'm talking.
I want to be with you if I'm thinking this is my baby.
Shut up.
I just want to know if this is my baby or not.
So in your heart, do you believe that Keiron is the father?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be, but I do.
So at one point you thought that he was one of 3 men. You're in a relationship. You DNA tested him. He's out. So now it's really down between Keiron and another gentleman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want Keiron to be the father?
Not with the way that he be acting. Like I'm willing to be cordial with him. I'm willing to work something out with him. But his mouth, he feel like he could talk to anybody any type of way and be disrespectful and rude and nasty. And I'm not gonna have that around my baby.
But that's why when you are being intimate with somebody, you have to be careful who you might get pregnant by because, you know, if you really don't care for that person, well, look what happens. You bring a child into the world with somebody you really don't care for at all. We're gonna find out if Keiron's the father of your 1-year-old daughter. And the results of that DNA test are that Keiron, you are the father of Angelisse's 1-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I told you. Stop playing. Yeah, she coming home with me. Stop playing. She coming home with me. Stop playing.
You know why I've been keeping you away from her? Because you always have different women around her. And my baby does not need to be around every woman that you decide to lay with or every woman that you decide to be with. If you're going to be a dad, then you need to do it right. You need to do it right, and you need to respect me. And you need to respect the people that have been around her and take cover of her. No, you don't.
What Keiron needs to do, Angelisse, is he needs to take the baby when you need a break, when you need, you know, time for yourself. He needs to financially support the baby. He needs to be a role model for the baby. But some of the other things, you're not going to be able to control. Who he dates, who he brings around. You get to pick and choose what relationships you are in, what men are going to be around your daughter. I would say this. Can you both say to each other right now that you will do what's best for the child and treat each other like adults? Can you say that to each other right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. You got your answer, and Angelisse, I hope that now that you know who the biological father is. I hope you work things out, and I hope this works out for you and your daughter. Good luck to both of you.